Hey everybody, it is Fem's Power Hour, and we're here with Nastarsha Brown with NStar Live, and
Hi,
she is with us.
everyone.
Yes, and she is here with us today. Is a special day. So we have pre-recorded the show while Danielle is out on a event, and Nastarsha decided to join us as well to share about her business, her life as a mother, and her life as a wife as well, and how she's balancing it all. So welcome to the show, Nastarsha. We really appreciate your time. We know you could be sleeping, getting that beauty rest. We really appreciate you.
Thank
So.
you so much. I'm very honored to be on the show tonight.
Yay! Okay, so of course, Natasha has you guys super fabulous swimwear and athletic wear. It's just hot. It's just blowing out the water. Everybody's rocking it. And so we wanted her to share about her vision with it and be able to let us know where she's going, what she has for you guys. And so be sure to make sure you check out her site, nstarlife.com. And so, Nastasia, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, do you have a day job? What do you do? But, outside of Inside Life and, of course, home, what else are you involved in? And yeah, I will start with that.
Absolutely, Patricia. Firstly, I definitely want to thank yourself and Danielle for having me as your special guest on the show. I am completely honored, and I am so grateful for everything that you ladies do.
Great. No, we appreciate you. We're great. And we thank you for being a part of our life and sharing your vision with us.
Yes. So I am currently in the United States Navy. I am a Navy Chief Petty Officer. I've been in the Navy for 13 years now. I
Mm.
joined the Navy from Chicago, Illinois, my hometown. And there, I just went to the Navy to get like better opportunity, travel, education, and I feel like since joining, I've gained so much more than that. So that's a little about myself. I currently am stationed in San Diego, California. The best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm currently working at the Naval Medical Center, San Diego, Balboa.
Okay. We will definitely thank you for your service, and we really appreciate it. It is Military Appreciation Month, so we definitely have to make sure that we show that to you. And how long have you served?
I have served currently for 13 years now.
Wow. How do you do it? 13 years. Some people don't even keep the same job for 5 years, but let alone maybe 5 months. You did it for 13 years. That's great. That means that you must love what you do.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a huge blessing in my life, and the relationships they help build you. They help build character, and I can't take for granted all the different friendships that I've had, and I think that's really how I do it. All the different people that you get to meet, and we uplift each other and encourage each other, and it's just been an awesome experience for me.
Yeah. And definitely being on the spouse side is definitely a lot of great stuff to take advantage of in the community. And I definitely see through my husband that the growth that people have. So I know that I'm sure for a fact that you have definitely learned a lot because I see the change in him and his growth and development. And I've been with him for almost 15 years now. And before the Navy and seeing him grow in the Navy. So it's definitely something that I commend a lot of people who are willing to sacrifice their life for the country and be able to maintain a life at home. So we definitely appreciate you. We appreciate your family, all that they're sacrificing as well. And your husband's in the Navy too, right?
Yes, so my husband and I were both from Chicago, Illinois,
Okay.
and we didn't know each other prior to joining the Navy.
Okay.
We actually met while serving in the Navy, which is really, really cool, a lot of people say, but very awkward, right? You go
Yeah.
all the way across the country to meet someone from your hometown, but
Right.
it's been amazing. It's been such a amazing experience for the both of us, all the opportunity and all the relationships we've built with our friends, and the Navy is like a family for us. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And, thank him for his service. And, it's amazing. It's funny you said it because my parents were like that. They're from Africa. So they came here and they met here and they're in a neighboring town in Africa. So they could have met there. But like you said, it's funny how you meet your loved ones all around the world. You're like, what? You from my neck of the woods? And I'm you
Yes,
here? Like,
yeah,
what? It's crazy. Especially if you're close in age. You're like, how did we just miss each other? You
yes.
know? And so now let me ask, did you guys have like any mutual friends or anything that from home that was like, wait, how did we really miss each other?
Yeah, we when we had our first like family gathering, like all of our
Mhm.
family members, each family side, they knew each other. So it
Holy
was
cow!
really yes, it was really awkward. They're in there and they all knew each other, and we're like, how did we not know each other all this time? So it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, like right now, it's military appreciation. I'm missing him dearly. He's been deployed for a while, but he's headed home, and that's very, very exciting for me and my sons.
Yeah, and if you guys don't, because you guys don't know, Nastarsha's husband is on the same ship as my husband, so we're super excited to be welcoming them home sooner. So, you guys, we look forward to that and stay tuned. I'm sure we'll be sharing that. You can follow us on our social media. And so, Nastarsha, tell me now. Let's talk about your business and NStar life, and let's talk about that. So, you made this. You're in the service full time, and you decided to have a business. How do you do it? Because I know like the schedule's definitely crazy, and my husband always likes to say you can know what time you're going to work, you just never know what time you're going home. So, how did
Yeah.
you how did you manage to what influenced you and motivated you to start a business, and how did you maintain it? Like, what keeps you thriving to even do both?
Okay. So, I am from a big fashion, I would say, driven city like Chicago. Although it's not a fashion industry, it's very high and intense in, fashion and what you're wearing. So I was definitely inspired from, growing up in my hometown. And initially, it was just a hobby. It was something to myself and my husband. We are always deployed, and it was something to kind of occupy my mind day in and day out. The military does keep you very, very busy, but those like evenings and things when you get home, I wanted something to just like occupy my time. So I picked up my hobby, which was fashion, which I've always loved. Um, no matter where I went, everywhere I went, even if it was something that's similar to a military ball, I've always received a lot of compliments on what I was wearing. So I wanted to see, how ladies would respond to different items that I wore and that I sold. And the response was phenomenal. And to run with it.
Oh, sweet. And so, has there been any obstacles that you've overcome? And if you did have any, what were them and how did you overcome them?
Um, I would say the biggest obstacle um, would be like basically what I do to overcome any obstacle. Let me start there. Is I would say you need to find a good support system. And I would say during this last deployment with my husband being gone, I think I found the greatest support system in the world. I have been surrounded by all these wonderful women from the gym to actually in my work environment. There's like a group of like female chiefs. We call it like chick chiefs is what we call it, but some of our husbands are deployed and we just have so much in common. So every day we uplift each other, encourage each other. These are like really close friends. I find the same relationships at the gym as well. I feel like everyone is so empowering and encouraging and uplifting, and I think that's what has helped me with any obstacle that may come my way.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like how you said that. You said chick cheese. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's it's definitely. I agree with you on that with the support system. It is really important to have that because I mean, without support, you don't have the motivation to keep going. Because Business is always never gonna, it's never just, oh, it's an incline. It's, it's up, down, way up, and then way down, and then you're trying to figure out that middle ground. So it's good that you have a strong support system. I love what I'm hearing, the different groups that you have, that you guys have kind of basically contoured your ambitions and your dreams and desires to support one another. And I love it. And I think that's something that I think a lot of women can learn and take from, and creating those kind of groups, not cliques that are against others, but groups that are about supporting, which I do see more of happening today. And what I love about our gym too at FIMS, because we are like, we serious. I've never seen in all the years that I've been in the fitness industry, I went to school for that. I've never seen a gym, and I told them, y'all, I've never seen a gym where women literally like take it as ownership and they support each other so strong. Like literally every woman at the gym probably could say, yeah, this is my, at my gym, and probably come in and do stuff. It's just phenomenal, the support system and the things that the women want to do to support each other and encouragement. I love it, which is what makes me committed, because I have a gym in my apartment and I don't even go there. And my husband has to be mad because he's like, I'm paying all this rent because you wanted this gym and you driving down the street somewhere. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, next year I know I don't have to, we can downsize and I don't have to do a gym anymore because I ain't gonna use it, because I love that camaraderie and that support system that's there. So, which is great, because as we were all going for our white dress in Spain,
Yeah.
that support has made it, we've seen a lot of transformations in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
People losing 60 pounds, 100 pounds. That wouldn't happen in such a quick time without the kind of sisterhood and support women have. So I love that. I definitely love that. So tell me, what are your goals towards with NStar Life? Where do you plan to go with it?
I plan to go everywhere with NStar Life. Like I said, initially it was a hobby. It was something it's always been something I loved, and I love like, playing with clothing and just like dressing up. And, I'm I would say I would consider myself, pretty unique in my fashion sense, but I'm very like comfortable. So I
Mm-hmm.
love like comfort in clothing. I know the same pain is beauty, but I am really about that's why I started a athletic wear, because I wanted women to feel comfortable. I wanted them to be able to go from the gym and go run an errand for the kids and go to a soccer game, then go to the grocery store, all and feeling comfortable and cute in what they were wearing. So my vision for NStar Life is for it to reach every woman, because it's a comfortable clothing, it's something that makes you feel good, and I feel it's unique and it's different from what you're seeing across the market.
You're definitely right about that. 'Cause when I shop, and I'm like, dang, I want something that's kind of cute. And it's funny you said that, because one day the shirts I started wearing, and Jen was like, okay, you show a little back there, and I said, well, yeah, I got a little back to show now.
Right. Yeah.
But when I go to the gym, normally you wear clothes, and you're like, dang, I gotta go home, change, and all of that. But to wear something that you literally can go, and that's what we women need. We're multitasking. Like you said, going from grocery shopping, picking up kids, running to this, and you can literally take care of all that in your outfit while you're, and then go work out and not have to worry about changing for like 7 different occasions in the middle of the day. So I really like that. I'm all about comfort too. I need
Yeah.
comfort in my clothes. If it's not comfortable, I don't last in it. I might wear it once and then I give it away. But I love that, and it's definitely cute. And that's the inside top you're wearing, aren't you?
Yes, it is. It's like one of our like really popular pieces. It's a crisscross front sports bra. It's
Uh
on our
huh.
website as well. It comes in white. It comes in solid black and also black and white, just for those that want to switch it up a little
Right. I love it. In fact, I have a black dress. It
bit.
has that crisscross just like that on top. Love it. It has
Oh,
like little it has little gold rings on it. Love it. So I
mm-hmm.
thought I like that top. That's gonna be my favorite. Okay,
You
so what I
my
wanted, go ahead.
Oh, the biggest thing was I wanted to create a fashion sense for the everyday working woman as well, and I didn't want it to be extremely expensive.
Right.
I wanted my brand to be affordable for the average everyday working woman, grinding woman, ambitious woman. I just wanted it, for that particular woman.
Yeah, yeah, that's good, and that's really, honestly, if you're smart and you're in business, that's really where the money is for your everyday women. It's only like a small percentage, 1 or 2% that are beyond that, but when you're aiming for the everyday woman, that's just like the smart target, So you'll be rich, you'll be wealthy.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so, can you tell us where can people find just what social media can they find you on?
So I have NStar Life Instagram. That's one of my very popular social medias. N as in the letter N, star like a star in the sky, life, Life. That's my Instagram, and I also have a Facebook business page, NStar Life.
Okay, cool. Love it. Love it.
And like you
So,
said earlier, our website is instarlife.com, and it has, a variety of different things. I've also launched my swimwear as well. And it was to be, for that woman that's resort style and luxury style, but at a very affordable prices. It's not something you're typically seeing on a lot of the other sites.
mhm.
So it's very unique, and I think it's sexy.
Yeah, I love it. That it definitely is, and that's what I like about it because that's what keeps me motivated in the gym. When I started at the gym, it was like, okay, I want to lose weight because my husband didn't meet me big. He met me small. So I was like, okay, it's not fair. I gained weight on him all these years. And then I said, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to be dramatic when he comes home. And then it went from just that just to, oh, I feel good. And I just started working out. And then when I saw your fashion show, your pictures from the fashion show, I was like, oh, now I want to get into that. Like that's just really where my mind is. Like I need to get my Insta life right. Like that's just the focus. So my goal is to get into that before the end of the summer. I want to get into the top and not worry about my gut. And
Yay!
so it's gonna happen. So my meal plan, it has to go when he comes home. I said, look, we're on a meal plan. He said, we. I said, yep, we both. If you eat something negative, I gotta eat it. I'm gonna want to eat it. I know myself.
Yeah,
So I'm definitely gonna be in inside. In fact, I'm gonna get some leggings before then. But to get in the top, that's my get my heavy hitter goal this summer. So
that's
um,
one of the biggest we focused on. Myself, I since joining the gym in November, I've lost 25 pounds, so I wasn't originally this size neither. So I did want to create a brand and clothing for women of all shapes and sizes. Not all of us are, skinny or thin, and not all of us are, a little curvaceous. So I wanted it to be comfortable for, every woman. So we have our sizes range from extra small all the way up to triple XL in some of our items. So,
that's
even our swimwear, we have one pieces and XL, and it's very sexy, and it's very unique, and it's very alluring for the eye. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah. So can we like let's say for like I'm one of those with funny shape. I literally have to like when I order clothes online, I have to go to their sizing chart, figure out how to measure myself to make sure I get the right size. Is that available on your site, the sizing chart? So
Yes,
that
yes, we do
okay.
have a sizing chart. And I also have a lot of women that contact me via social media. They'll ask me to like message them the size chart, which I have no problem with it. And a lot of times I don't mind like looking at the woman myself, especially, if I follow them on social media. I can tell them like, no, medium will work better for you than a small, because the clothes they run differently. So
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to ask you is Mother's Day is coming up.
yay.
And you're a mom, so tell us, how do you balance your life? Because, we're both entrepreneurs, and a lot of times people are looking, they work a 9 to 5, and they don't see themselves doing anything extra from that. And especially when they have kids, they just cannot see it. Even they just can't think of like, how am I going to even make extra time for a business? How do you balance yourself so that you'll be able to keep your husband happy, you're keeping your kids happy, you're keeping your boss happy, you're keeping everybody as happy as they can be, and still keep your sanity?
Yeah. Well, I always go with the phrase family first, like when all of this is said and done, and no matter what happens, my family is my foundation. So I have my wonderful husband who is a great support system. Even during, I started my business a year ago, and he's been extremely supportive. I had a huge fashion show, a launch party, and he was with me, every step of the way, either via email or, when we can talk on the phone. It wasn't, all day, every day, but when he did, he made sure that since that was one of my big priorities, that he was supportive with it. So I think that was, huge. It really helped define our relationship, and our support with each other. But yes, family first. I have two sons. I have a 14-year-old and
Mhm.
a just now 7-year-old. He turned 7 May 1st. And just
Mhm.
staying engaged in their lives and talking to their teachers, and talking to them after school, and just figuring out what they want to do with their lives. They're two talented young boys themselves. So that
Mhm.
kind of stuff just keeps me motivated. They see mom working hard, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and a lot of times it helps them gain their focus in what they want to do in life.
That's good. Yeah, and it's good that they're seeing that in you too, because they know that they can multitask, they can do it, they can transition. Mom and dad had full careers. Mom went up and got a business started. So they're able to watch and see their potential, which I think in our culture is important because we have these generational curses that we need to break as far as people thinking they can't because no one else in their family did, or in their family people felt that you have to do one or the other. And entrepreneurship was something that our culture's not has never really been taught about unless you came from that family. And so
Right.
if you never had that, you don't even know where to start, where to go, and and then you have everybody in your circle is bringing you down. And so it's great that you're able to do that, and they're watching you at a very great age to see that. And shout out to your baby for having a May birthday. So, and we definitely, so, shout out to both of them for definitely being supportive of you as well as your husband, and especially kids, and not crying that you're always busy doing something. So it's really good. So you brought up something that was good and sparked a question in my mind. When it comes to support, let's talk deeper about that. How does your husband support you in your business? Because sometimes you have where they're married couples and someone has an expiring dream, but then the spouse is just there. Whether it's the man who has the dream of the woman, or in same-sex marriages, one or the other. Um, what things do your husband do that you felt was like, this is what I call support, and what advice could you give to those who are not the entrepreneurial chasers, but what tip can you share to them that you have experienced that helps you stay motivated and become successful in your business?
So the first thing that comes to mind when mentioning support is that equally yoked. It's very, very important to me. Um, Myself and my husband, our goals are very similar. Although I have a business, we're both in the military. We both have came up in the military together through the ranks. So we've always been that dynamic. Oh, let's support each other. Let's work hard. Do you're gonna pick up the kids, or am I gonna pick up the kids? It's that just balancing each other's goals, and really supporting what each other wants to do in life. But if it's a day that I'm extremely busy, he enjoys cooking for the family, which is huge. That takes
Mm-hmm.
away a lot of the stress and time that I would have to come home and prepare the boys meals. And I mean, he's been gone lately due to deployment, which we fully understand and support. But when he's here, like, cooking is his thing. That's his sanity, and it's great because I can go and dive into what I need to with the business.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Is
Phenomenal
there any?
skills, phenomenal.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that is phenomenal, especially if you got somebody that can cook.
Yes, no, he's an excellent cook. So
That's good. What would you like to share with women? What kind of tips or advice, anything in your heart that you've always felt like if I could just share something with women. This is what I want to be able to share with women to inspire them.
So I remember before I started NStar Life, it was weighing so heavy on my heart to do something. And I had a lot of, I don't know, like distractions blocking me from doing it. And one day I just got up and was like, I need to do this. Let me just try it. So I would really want to tell women, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have ambition to do anything, today is the day. There is no longer any time that you need to wait. If you want to do it and it's weighing heavy on your heart as a desire and something that you want to accomplish, do it. Do it. The only thing that's stopping you is you. And that is true. That was the only thing stopping me, was myself. I remember, telling my husband, and he saw how it was just like eating away at me to get this done. And once I did it, he was very proud of me, but he supported me along the way because he saw how, much I wanted to get this done. And I have been so happy lately. The public has responded to NStar Life beyond my imagination. Like, it wasn't even in my dreams for it to launch and it to become something so spectacular at such a fast rate. So
Mhm.
that I am forever grateful for.
Yeah, because you have, how many likes do you have now? Because your Facebook blew up. I saw your post when you were thanking everybody, and I was like, wow, and just hearing now that you've been in it for only a year, you have done definitely impeccable. How many likes do you have? Share with everybody.
So I have I have over 6,000 followers on Instagram, and I currently have like 1,000 plus likes on my Facebook business page, which I just started. I was like, let me do, I know a lot of people are into the other social medias. I'm like, let me, see what the Facebook business page is about. And honestly, it's been a huge, huge support for the business.
That's good.
I feel
Yeah,
like people are, a little less shy to ask questions or, things of that nature. So it's been great.
good. And what kind of tips do you have for people that are looking to build up their social media? I mean, I'm one, like, I'm not on it a lot. I build my business mostly on a personal relationship. So, for those who are not so into the social media as far as business is concerned, what kind of tips, what have you done that you think helps get you to that point where if they're now, because now more people, I'm learning like in a lot of the trainings that I do for my various, well, actually mostly for my real estate business, they talk a lot about social media because here in San Diego was really big with their social media. And I was like, dang, now it means I really got to get on there. But there's some people that really don't understand that how important it really is as far as building the business. And I actually just experienced a little bit, just a small, not where you are yet, but I did experience a little bit like when I just started sharing my Facebook page and over 24, and just in 24 hours getting to 100 likes. And back in the day, that was like, what? You took like a week, a month, it took a minute. You're like, hey, can we get to 50? Can we get to 100?
Mhm.
And you wound up exploding with excellence. So what can you share to people? Like, what do you think contributed to allowing people to find you so quickly, to be attracted to what you got instantly? What tips do you have?
I would say for both my social media and also my business in general, I would say the thing that is going to attract people to you is you. Be
Mm.
your authentic self. Be who you are. I feel like that's what really, when I started the business, I was looking at like what was popular that I can provide to my customers. And then I just like scratched that whole idea. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sell what I would have in my closet. I'm going to sell, I'm going to provide the things that I really, really like. If I would see it and think it was cute, that's what I want to provide to my customers. And I think the response once I was, really authentic with my, the clothing that I was providing, I think that really just boosted it. And just being, I've always been who I am, my
Mhm.
genuine self. I think that's the advice that I have for everyone. No,
Yeah.
no one was made like you, so be yourself.
Okay. Yes, that's good. That's a really good one. So no one's made like you. You guys be yourself, and that's definitely true. I say, like, when I first started on my social media, with just being when I decided to go into entrepreneurship, one of the things that happened is that a lot of people were like, dang, you really about your business? Because I was really like a lot. And I look at it sometimes, I'm like, dang, yeah, I don't think people can tell who I am or anything because it was just business. But that's because I grew up where your business was personal. So you didn't share that. But I have even noticed, like, even since, the guys went out, and I started working out at the gym, and I'm just sharing my fitness journey. I was like, let me just talk about my journey. I don't want to talk about business right now. I just want to just share my health journey and see where this goes. And I even saw the difference in myself. Even just people that I forgot was even on my social media that started reaching out and then being inspired about things. So I think that you're really spot on with that as far as being yourself and sharing who you are, and those that those that love you will come to you, and some people are gonna appreciate it too. I just feel like people, you'll relate to people. People will say, they're not shopping with you because of your product. It's always gonna be that, but the product is the plus. It's like, oh, I like her, and this is my connection to her is wearing her top, or being on her social media. So I think that that's really key and important because we all want to be connected to people. Nobody wants to be in this world alone. Otherwise, we would have been brought on this earth alone. But that's really good. So, any questions that you have? Anything that you want to know, or
How excited are you for your husband to come home?
what? I am really, really excited, and I'm very true about myself as far as reality, and it hasn't always been easy. Graduating from college, and you're just like ready to start this career, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, career, potential husband. And that's where we were when we met. And it was a long journey as far as being married and moving around. I mean, we moved a lot. We moved 4 times in 8 years. I know you're like, that's probably like a lot.
Hmm.
So, and doing that, it was a lot. But this one was definitely different. I was excited. Absence does make the heart grow fonder. And it was great to see, all the trips that they've had, the port calls, and I'm sure he has so many stories to share. Is It was great to just watch him explore because I've been out of the country. My family's from out the country. I've taken trips out there. So I've been out, and he's only been out of the country once, well, twice with me. Once he was stationed in Bahrain for a year, and then we went to the Dominican for my 30th. So to see him get to explore a whole lot more, I'm learning that he's growing, and it does change him, and he does get more open because he's from Portsmouth, Virginia, where it's confined. It's either black or white there. The only people that you see outside of that usually are military related. So it's great. I'm really excited for him to come home, share what he's learned out there, what he's seen, um, and see what God has in store for us in the future. Who knows what can happen? Who knows if the family will expand? So I'm just excited for him to come home
Oh,
and just see where God takes it.
yes, that's
Yeah, and
amazing.
right, and
I am so happy for you.
thank you. And what about you? Because oh my gosh, your Hawaii trip was amazing. So I know you're excited for it to come home. Are you still in your fantasy zone? Did you just stay there?
I am, like, I've been telling people, yeah, if you're talking and you see me like with this deer in the headlights looks, that's because I'm still in Hawaii. Like the vacation we had in Hawaii and us reuniting after such a long time, it was just, better than I could ever imagine. My husband did such a great job. He, set up all these excursions and he like really, really planned our trip. So I had a great time, and I'm still in Hawaii right now.
That's okay, honey. Stay there. Look, like I told you, what I say. Come back in June when it's all supposed to be somewhat over, but somewhat. But you could for the whole month just stay there. Look.
Yes, that is where I am.
Right. Are you taking vacation when he comes home?
Um, yeah, I'll take a week or so. So we're deciding like when he'll take the leave. So we'll
Okay.
figure that all out. I'm just like very excited to see him on that pier. You know how it is.
Yeah. And what's funny is this is my first time doing a pier.
Oh
He's never been
wow.
on. Yeah, he's never been on a ship. So when he went to Bahrain, he flew out, flew in. There was no support on my end, so it was just like a hot mess back then for me. But now I'm like, wow, this is like real, like even just shopping. And I haven't even shopped yet. I'm going shopping this weekend, but I said I'm listening to women getting ready and how they're trying to get their hair. I was like, oh, this is real, legit. Like, I gotta really do something about this. So it's so funny. I was like, I'm looking at YouTube and Google, like, what does homecoming look like? What am I expecting? Because these ladies are making it seem like, oh my God. And I'm like, holy cow, oh my God, I need to go get it together.
Yes, it's
So
a huge deal.
I see it. And then when I found out, I just found out how many people were expecting. I was like, wait, what? I was like, holy
Yeah.
cow. I was like, it was just, it's amazing. I'm excited. And you're going to probably crack up because my husband did ask me to come out to Hawaii. And I said, oh no. I said, I didn't want to spoil the whole, weight loss surprise and stuff. So I said, no, I'll see you at the pier. And I want that experience. It's going to mess up my experience if I see you before that. And I'm looking at all you guys in Hawaii, and I'm like, dang, I kind of feel like, man, maybe I'll catch that max flight and just fly out there for a day. But then I was like, no, 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 because it's gonna, because we really haven't seen each other in a while, because it's just that absence. It was something we were just doing just to make things a little bit more intense. But I'm super excited. The house is clean now. My housekeeper came today,
Yeah,
so
that is that's major key. You get your
yep,
house clean, top to bottom. That's major,
yes.
major.
She did, yep, she did the white glove cleaning. I was like, this
Yes.
is important and all of
Yep.
this and all that. Carpet cleaner's coming tomorrow, so I am super excited. So all that's left is just going to get my nails done, find an outfit. I got a couple of things to do for work to tie up by Saturday, and then Sunday I'm on vacation for a couple of days, and mine will be on vacation for about 2 weeks when he comes home. So now I'm just working on the plans and making sure I got it all decked out on different things to do. He has not really seen much of San Diego because they were since we
Oh
got here.
wow. Yeah, he'll
Yeah,
love it. He'll love it.
yeah,
Beautiful place.
yeah. So yeah, so because when we got here, that's when they started going underway. So he never really got a chance. So when he's home, he doesn't want to go anywhere. He just wants to sleep, just relax, don't want to do nothing. So yeah, I'm just excited to just explore to really live it up now before kids come in the picture. Take advantage of it all now.
Yay to the kids. Yay to the kids.
Yes, yes, yes to the kids. And so, is there anything else that you want to share? Anything else you want to know?
I would just say to, you know, everyone that has a dream or has any ambition to do anything, we all have those like naysayers and those distractions and the people that say, you can't do it or you're crazy for thinking you can do that or, just the people that's not in your corner or not supporting you. Pay them no mind. Do what you feel in your heart is right to do and dream big and then work. That is that simple. Dream big and then
Yep.
work on it and it'll happen.
Yeah. Oh, I do have one more question. Let's talk about girlfriends.
Yes, ma'am.
So we talked about having them in our lives, talked about being a mom. How do you fit your girlfriends in? And what is your opinion on this? Like, when I think about like God first, family second, career third, friends are never in that situation. So a lot of times, what can you share with women who may have issues learning how to prioritize it's really between the family and the friends. What is your perception on that? Do you think that there's some women out there that value their friendships more than their families? How do you balance your life having that all and still being able to keep your girlfriends and your tightest girlfriends especially?
I know for a fact I am a big women. I am a big woman's fan. Like I have so many friendships that I value, and I do prioritize my time with spending time with the family. If we're doing something important, then I know I can't take a call, but to keep my bond and my friendships. I do value their time and I value our relationship. So, I make time for them. I would say like I think my biggest time for talking to my friends is like driving home from work because you're going
Yeah.
home to your family. You're
Yeah.
going to be with your family. So it's like either driving into work or driving home from work. I'm like, I gotta get it in. I gotta talk to this person. I gotta let them know this, So that's how I kind of utilize that time.
That's good. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I do that too. Like that's when I'm like, okay, when I'm not around my husband, that's when I get all my calls in. Because once I get home and it's him, I'm tunnel vision. It's me and him. The
Yeah.
phone could be there. I try to even get off social media because it's especially with social media, it can be so distracting nowadays. Like, yeah, we're all like, oh, what is that next thing? What's going on and how many likes did I get today? But sometimes we just have to just decompress. Like my husband hates it. So I'm like, babe, when you come home, we are gonna go back to dinner at the table. Just have that conversation. Sometimes I don't even want TV on in the background or nothing. I just want that peace, connect, and even when it comes to my girlfriends, what I like to do is sometimes like in that month, like have something. Like we go out for
Yeah,
lunch,
yeah,
go out for a cocktail, we can catch up, have a good time.
yeah.
And I really love that my closest girlfriends have been there since either like middle school or from my early days of college. And we can go months, even a year without speaking. But the moment I'm in the territory or the moment they come around, it's like we never miss a beat. And I just think that that is one of the most healthiest friendships any woman can have. And we understand, we're like, oh, she's getting married. Like my best friend's getting married this summer, so we'll be going to Miami for that. Whoop, whoop. Might have to get
I,
me an NStar outfit for that. Yes. Have you ever been to Miami?
yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get me
You
an NStar
guys will
outfit for
enjoy.
Miami.
You will definitely enjoy.
Oh yeah. When we were stationed in Kings Bay, I used to go down there a couple times and hang out because she lives out that way. And and now we crack out because I'm like, yeah, I'm in San Diego. You're in Miami. We're in the two hottest places in this country. So now we just got to go back and forth. But I will definitely be getting an NStar piece to take to Miami. So I'll be repping that.
Yay!
Yeah. Yeah. So I just think I love it like that. I just think that it's amazing if girlfriends can have that where, yeah, like you say, we have a clear understanding, and it's sad when you see women out there who don't understand that, and just
Yeah.
kind of feel like, I guess you could say needy, but I always pray for them, and I just hope that God reaches out. But I love the fact that you mentioned that. It's really good. There are key pockets most times that we can do that and be able to keep our friendships. Because sometimes people feel like they can't. They have to just drop their friendship for their relationship. And
Yeah.
I tell them, you don't want that. You need your outlet. You need something that the day that he's getting on your nerves, you have somewhere to go and not just sit there and wallow in something that could turn out to be depressing. So yeah, that's cool. That's a good tip, especially. So definitely, I love the phone call home thing. I do the same thing too. I'm like, yeah, okay, girl, let me kill somebody else real quick. I'll call you back. And then that's what I do. Yeah. So anything? Are you cooking any special meal for your husband when he gets home?
Sure. I wanted our first meal to be we're gonna all go out to eat, like him, I, and the boys. Like that's what we're gonna do initially. I always do like a big dinner for him that night, so they get home pretty early, and then I'll probably plan on a dinner. But I'm having him a really phenomenal welcome home party, so that's what I'm planning.
Okay.
Him a surprise party, big surprise celebration with his close friends and all his family, and
Yeah.
it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love event planning. So, yep,
Right.
I'm just add that onto my list.
Okay. Yeah, I think we all have that. A lot of people ask me, too, are you doing something for his homecoming? I'm like, I don't know. Let me just wait till he gets home and see how he is first. Because my husband be like, oh, I don't care. Then he'd be like, no, I don't want it. I just want to sleep and just chill and be low key. So I told him, I said, let me see what he said. Before he left, we did go out to dinner. One of my friends hooked us up over at the, what was it? What's the, it's a really good restaurant. I forgot the name of it. And they have it in Jacksonville, Florida, too. It's over in Del Mar. It's gonna come to me sooner or later. But Ruth's Chris,
Ruth
they have.
Chris, I kind of figured that's what you were talking about too.
Yep. So they have. Oh my God, this sweet potato casserole is my favorite. Have you ever had it?
No, not the sweet nope.
Okay. You gotta have that. Let me tell you how good that sweet potato casserole is. So good that when we were stationed in Kings Bay, when the Jaguars would go during the holidays, and they all, pretty much the whole team orders that for their holiday dinner. That's how good it is, and that they get free orders for their for Thanksgiving. It's
Oh wow.
bomb, especially with their chicken that they have, like their like a rotisserie chicken. Oh, it's that combination, superb. So definitely try that out. But yeah, well, I don't want to keep you up. I know you got to get up early and go to work, and I'm gonna get up and go to the gym and get that one more day in with Miss Deborah.
Yes, I got my day in too. That's what I felt like that at the gym today. I'm like, just a few more days.
Yeah,
Let me get it in and get everything together.
right. Look, the pressure, right? The stress is real
Yeah,
right now.
that's one thing too. Like for the women, your husband met you a certain way. I always say keep it like he met you. And we all fall short of that. I'm guilty of it too. But then while he was gone, I was like, let me get back to the way he met me. That might be a great surprise. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not the easiest thing, but it's exciting and it's fun for a relationship.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? In addition to that, it's just also that's my goal too. To going back, in fact, going beyond, where he met me, going back to what I was before he met me. So, like I said, it's fun. It gives you energy. I noticed that when I started losing weight, because I also dropped 25 pounds since January. And when I looked at myself, one day I looked at it and I said, man, I started to look like I did in college. Like I looked as young as I did in college. And I was just like, wow. And all my people that knew me back when I was in college, they were like, man, you started to look like that. And when I looked at where I was 25 pounds heavier, I realized the difference, like how much you look older and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, no. So it just motivated me to want to go even harder. And even when, like I said, when he comes home, it's not going to stop. It's just a matter of now which classes I'm going to go. And of course, balancing within the business. But I know it's gonna be great. And it's just the energy, just you look better, you feel better, you're happier, just
And yeah,
all of that.
that's ultimately what it's about, being the best you can be, and being happy with yourself. If
Yeah,
you don't like something about yourself, you got to change it, and it's just as
yeah,
simple as getting up and doing it.
yeah. That's so key. So key. But yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you up. We both got to get up early, but I really want to thank you so much for sharing your life, to share NStar life and everything with us. This was really, really great. We look forward to having you on the show again. And you guys don't forget, check out her website, NStar Life. You can follow her at NStar on Instagram and on her Facebook page. And before we close it out, do you have anything else you want to let us know? Any tips for the night or for this Monday?
I hope all of you women have a great Mother's Day. It's coming up. I would like to share I have a newfound respect for all single mothers out there.
Yeah.
I don't call it single parenting. I call it solo parenting. But I experienced it this little time frame, and I understand that it's not the easiest thing in the world, and I know that all of you all have a lot of strength to do this by yourself, and I just found a new respect, and I say that Mother's Day is definitely for you ladies.
Yes. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. And we give a special shout out to all the military. Thank you so much for your service, and everyone that is returning home for homecoming. We wish you a safe return, and you guys, we'll see you in June on our regular scheduled live show. Have a great night, everyone.
Have a good night.